Hi friends, welcome to today's class. It's our fourth mathematics class. In Friday's class, we have started learning our second unit, that is parallel lines. So I hope you all remember that, and I'm giving the link of that class in the description box. You can watch again that class. So in today's class, let's continue learning parallel lines. Okay, parallel lines part 2. So we know what is parallel lines. Lines which are at the same distance everywhere and do not meet anywhere are called parallel lines. So we know that there are a pair of lines which are at same distance and do not meet anywhere. They are called parallel lines. So how do we know if two lines are parallel? How can we check that? Here we can see two lines. And are these lines parallel? For that, let's measure the distance between these two lines. If the distance between two lines are same everywhere, then we can say that these two lines are parallel. If we check the distance, we can see that the distance is 3 centimeter in left side and right side. So we can say that these two lines are parallel. Okay. Now look at these lines. Are they parallel? Let's measure the distance. If we measure the distance, we can see that the distance is different. That is, in the left side, the distance is 3 centimeter and the right side, the distance is 5 centimeter. So these two lines are not parallel. Now, let's discuss how to draw parallel lines. Can we use any instrument in our instrument box to draw parallel lines easily? We have a scale or ruler in our instrument box, right? So the opposite sides of a scale is parallel. That is, the two opposite sides are parallel. So we can use a scale to draw parallel lines. If we draw two lines at the two opposite sides, we will get a pair of parallel lines. Like this, by using scale, we can draw parallel lines. Can we use any other things for drawing parallel lines that have parallel sides? We can use our instrument box and we can use our book. So the opposite sides of these things are parallel. So we can use these things also. So now look at this. Here you can see a line. And if we want to draw a parallel line to this line at 5 centimeter distance, how can we draw that? Can we use a scale for this? No. We have to find some other method, right? So, I hope you all remember how to draw a rectangle. You all know how to draw a rectangle. For drawing a rectangle, we need a scale and pencil. Then, what else we need? We need a set square. Why you need a set square? Because the adjacent sides of a rectangle are perpendicular. So we need a set square for drawing perpendicular lines. So can we use the same method for drawing parallel lines? Let's check. So here we are going to draw a rectangle with 10 centimeter length and 5 centimeter breadth. So first draw a line at 10 centimeter long. Then you have to place your set square like this. Then draw the breadth with 5 centimeter. So we got a perpendicular here, right? Then you have to again place your set square adjacent to the breadth. Then you will get the third side and you have to draw it at 10 centimeter length. Then again you have to place your scale and then join these two sides. So here we got a rectangle with length 10 centimeter and breadth 5 centimeter. So here first we have drawn a perpendicular to the 10 centimeter side. Then again we have drawn another perpendicular to the 5 centimeter breadth. So this is what we have studied in the last class, that is a perpendicular to a perpendicular of the line are parallel. That is, if we draw a perpendicular to a line, then again we have drawn another perpendicular, then these two horizontal lines will be parallel. So the opposite sides of a rectangle are parallel. Now if we look at this, here we can see that if we extend the sides of this rectangle, then we can see that these sides never meets, or the distance between these two lines are always same. These are at 5 centimeter distance. So in this way we can draw rectangles. Now let's draw parallel lines without drawing a rectangle. So here you can see a line and you have to draw a parallel line below this line at 5 centimeter distance. For that, first we have to draw a perpendicular to downwards, then draw the parallel line. So for that, let's use a set square. So if we place our set square like this, we can draw a line here, or we can draw a perpendicular on this side. Then draw a perpendicular and measure 5 centimeter length. So on this perpendicular, mark a point 5 centimeter away from the first line. So using scale, we can mark a point at 5 centimeter. Then you have to draw another perpendicular to this vertical line. Okay, you have to draw a perpendicular to this vertical line through this point. So for that, let's use set square. The set square should be placed like this. That is, the side should be nearer to this vertical line. Then draw a line. Now you got two parallel lines. Okay. Is there any method for drawing parallel lines without drawing this perpendicular? How can we draw parallel lines without drawing a perpendicular? Let's check. So first draw a line like this. Then place your set square like this. Then you have to place your scale nearer to this side of set square. And instead of drawing a perpendicular, you can slide your set square downwards. You have to hold this scale tight, then slide this set square downwards up to 5 centimeter. I will show it to you. Like this, you can slide your set square up to 5 centimeter. So don't move the scale to be tight. Then you can draw a line. So here you got parallel lines at 5 centimeter distance without drawing a perpendicular. So this is another method. Now look at this. Here you can see a line and some points at equal distance. And you have to draw parallel lines through these points. For that, first let's place our set square here. Then place your scale in the left side. Then you have to slide your set square upwards. Like this, slide your set square upwards and draw parallel line through this point. So now you got one parallel line. Then again you have to slide your set square upwards up to the second point. Like this. Then draw another parallel line. In the same way, you have to slide the set square upwards and draw another parallel line. There is one more parallel line too. So like this, you got parallel lines at equal distance. Now, it's an activity for you. Take a blank page of your mathematics notebook. Then convert this page into ruled page by drawing parallel lines. So we know that our mathematics notebook pages are unruled. So let's take one blank page. Then you have to draw parallel lines in this page. Then it will become a ruled page. So for that, first let's place our scale at the top. Then draw a margin. Then you have to draw another margin perpendicular to this margin. For that, place your set square here. Then place the scale. Then draw the left side margin. Now you have to mark points at 1 centimeter distance. So you have to mark points at 1 centimeter distance. Then draw parallel lines through each of these points. For that, we can use the same method, that is, place your set square, then draw a line. Then in order to extend this line to the left side, you can use scale. So in this way, we can draw parallel lines through all of these points. So be careful, you are placing your set square in correct way. Okay. So now you got a ruled page. Then you have to write a heading as parallel lines in this page. Then write down the properties of parallel lines. You have studied some properties, or you have studied something about parallel lines. So write all of the things you have studied about parallel lines in this page. Then take a photo of it, then send it to your mathematics teacher. So this is an activity for you. Okay. Now look at this figure. Here we can see a horizontal line and two slanted lines. In the last class, we have studied that two lines with same slope to other line will be parallel. That is, these two slanted lines are at same slope, then these two lines will be parallel. So let's draw this figure. So first, draw a line and mark one end as AB. Then measure 10 centimeter or mark a point at 10 centimeter. Then name it as point B. So this AB is 10 centimeter long. Then place your protractor at point B. Then mark a point at 45 degree. Then join these 2 points. So you got a slanted line. You have to measure 6 centimeter at this slanted line. So here you got another point at 6 centimeter and name it as point C. Like that, place your protractor in point B, then draw an angle at 45 degree. Okay. So you got another slanted line and mark a point at 6 centimeter, then name it as point B. Now join D and C. So here you got a quadrilateral, a four-sided shape, that is a quadrilateral. Is this a rectangle? No, because for a rectangle, these 4 vertices should be 90 degree, or 4 vertices should be perpendicular. So this is not a rectangle. What are the properties of this quadrilateral? Are the opposite sides of this quadrilateral are parallel? Let's check. Are BC and AD parallel? So here we can see BC here and AD here. We have drawn these two slanted lines at equal angle, right? Here we measured 45 degree and here also we measured 45 degree. So these two lines are drawn at same slope or drawn with same slope. So we can say that this BC and AD are parallel. Okay, now let's check whether AB and CD parallel. These two horizontal lines. Let's check whether these two horizontal lines are parallel. How can we check that? How do we know two lines are parallel? One method is we can extend these lines, and if these lines doesn't meet, then we can say that these are parallel. And another method is we can measure the perpendicular distance between these two lines. If the distance is same, then we can say that the two lines are parallel. And another method is, let's check the slope. To extend the parallel lines is not practical. So let's measure the slope. So here we can see that if we measure these two angles, we can see that these two angles are at 45 degree. So that is the angle the line AB and DC are at same slope with this slanted line. So we can say that the opposite sides of this quadrilateral are parallel. Okay. Both of these opposite sides are parallel. So here AD and BC are at same slope. We have drawn this slanted lines at same slope, that is at 45 degree. And we have taken the AD and BC 6 centimeter length, right? Both of these slanted lines are same length. So if the distance on the same slope between the two lines is equal, they are parallel. That is, if the distance on the same slope, that is these two lines are at same slope, the distance on the same slope between the two lines is equal, then they are parallel. So in this figure, we can see that these opposite sides are equal. This AD and BC are 6 centimeter and AB and CD are 10 centimeter. That is, opposite sides are equal. And also we got that opposite sides are parallel, right? So this shape, that is opposite sides are equal and the opposite sides are parallel. And this shape is called a parallelogram. That is, for a parallelogram, the opposite sides are equal and opposite sides are parallel. Okay. Here is another activity for you. So draw this parallelogram with the same lengths and angle. You can see this question in your textbook. Draw this parallelogram with same length and angle. So we have studied how can we draw a parallelogram. Using the same method, draw this parallelogram. Okay. And this is the third activity. Cut out a rectangle from a color paper. Then cut a triangle from the left side. Place the triangle on the other side of the rectangle. Will it be a parallelogram? Why? I will show you how to do this. First, you have to cut out a rectangle from a color paper. You can use any measures. Then, cut a triangle from the left side.
Cut this triangle. Then, you have to move this triangle to the right side of the rectangle. Like this, you can move this piece to the right side.
Will it be a parallelogram? Why? And you have to say why it can be a parallelogram or why it will be a parallelogram. Okay, this is another activity for you. This is all for today. I hope you all understood today's class. If you like my class, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the notification for my upcoming videos. So thank you all.